innovation always starts with a bold simplification, right? And we believe Kickstart is that simplification, bringing in the entire identity and payments verification space, providing it through a single API, verifying 5 billion identities, 350 million businesses across 180 countries. We're bringing all that under one umbrella, but we're solving each and every point solution problem that they have in a much more simplified way.
Welcome to Business Ninjas, brought to you by Write For Me, where you'll hear from business leaders who are out there growing their business and slaying it every day. Learn from the masters. Let's get started.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Business Ninjas. I'm here today with Ravi Bijlani, founder and CEO at KYXStart. Ravi, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Andrew. Thanks for having me on the episode.
My pleasure. I appreciate you spending some time with us on Business Ninjas. Please tell us a bit about yourself and about KYXStart.
Like you said, Ravi Bijlani, founder and CEO of KYXStart. We started KYXStart with one mission. Innovation always starts with the bold simplification, right? And we believe KYXStart is that simplification. And kind of bringing in the entire identity and payments verification space, providing it through a single API, verifying 5 billion identities, 350 million businesses across 180 countries. It's in my opinion, it's one of the most amazing innovations that payments and identity industry can look for and will have access to that. But really about me, like many of the people, I came in this country 1999 as an immigrant. Started my career working in some of the Fortune 500s, and then to Fortune 100s. For last 2 decades, I've been very focused on identity and payments. And I realized, after helping a company become a unicorn and being able to sell a company, an orchestration company to another, larger firm, there is really a bigger void in terms of being able to verify each and every identity across the globe, and being able to do that in a very seamless fashion where trust really becomes invisible, and that's the gap that we are filling in.
Well, I can't imagine a more timely service. We're in an era where everyone loves access, right? They love to wave their cell phone at a terminal and pay for things, but they don't want anybody to access them. And there are more and more ways to get into people's information and infrastructure than ever. So what you're doing is critical. Tell me a little bit more about the birth of KYXStart. When did you start the company?
So, I would say it's been 20 years coming. Me and a couple of my co-founders, we came together a couple of years back, and we said, of all the learnings that we have, this is a real gap. Let's go fill that. And having really worked a lot in this space, it was kind of a natural progression of what we had done before. And we know that Kickstart is that future that this our industry is looking for. And it was like one afternoon where I was talking to one of my co-founders. I was like, hey, this is what we should be really thinking about and doing it. And they're like, all right, let's go build that. And we became data obsessed for first good 8 months. Data, where is good data? And so we found this unique mode that nobody else has, which gives us this capability where we can now go out there and really solve the problem in not like picking a choice, like whether will it work better, or will it give you the right coverage, or will it be cost efficient. We're actually hitting it on all three levels. We're trying to optimize the cost, we are increasing the coverage, and we are actually achieving the result of giving the best possible experience to our customers.
Let's talk a little bit about those customers. What verticals are you servicing with this platform?
Most of our customers are in money remittance space, cross-border money movement, A few of them are fintech. They are fintech. Think about kind of providing credit services to the end customers, and some of them are banks that we work through our partners. There are a few also in crypto space. So we are like, we are kind of hitting all the levers in all directions. And now we are kind of getting into employee verification. We are getting into agentic AI. So those are the new different venues that we are kind of entering.
I don't think I can think of a more fluid situation than international business and trade and finance at the moment. I mean, you have to be up to the very minute in order to serve your clients properly with the changes in legislation and tariffs and things going on. Tell me about those challenges a little bit.
Well, it's kind of interesting that you mentioned the tariffs and all the political situation, but barring that aside, any institution today, they may you may see from outside in things that, oh, they only work in US, but pretty much every institution is global in nature. And if you think about even all the AI platforms out there is no AI platform that says, oh, I only serve US customers or this. They all have to be global in nature, and primarily including fintechs. Like if you think about Robin Hoods of the world, or any other larger you know brokerage institutions, or any others, they all have to serve the global market. And the other thing is that we are kind of hearing from the market as well, is that now the payments verification is also very, very important. And that's where Kickstart comes in, where we are kind of overlaying payments and identity, and we are not only verifying Andrew Lipman as an entity who he says he is, but we are also taking one step further and verifying, is this your debit card? Is this your credit card? Is this really your bank account as well? So, and connecting that to the tariffs part and to the other political institution, there is going to be more and more tracking of where at the end of the day, where the money has made it to, right? Where the really payment has made. So we are kind of calling that capability, know your pay, know your payer. So where we can not only verify this is really Ravi, but we can also verify your bank account and your payment instrument.
Again, this is a very timely conversation. You are in front of someone who had their debit card skimmed at a gas station in the middle of the night about 10 days ago. And unfortunately, I caught it quickly, and it hasn't cost me anything aside from inconvenience. But it's just a perpetual sort of situation out in the world that, as much as technology is used for good, there's always people who immediately see a way to use it for nefarious purposes. And you spend your life defending against those people. What differentiates Kickstart in the market? What makes you stand out from your competitors?
Thanks for that question. That's the one thing that it's kind of where you say everybody's doing their own thing, right? And they had built a solution for a particular era. Where we come from is that what we think is currently market is hyper fragmented with thousands of point solutions that are out there. And I would say the biggest differentiator that we have is that we bring all of that under one umbrella, and we don't look at an identity or a payments at a point of time. We are looking at it purely based on signal based kind of thought process. And the biggest differentiator will come in the bold simplification that we have done, is we brought it all under a single API. So if you integrate with us to verify consumers, for example, you can also verify businesses with the same integration by, of course, changing your parameters that you send to us. So that's one of the biggest differentiators. The other biggest differentiator is that we work directly with the core data source providers. So that gives us, really makes us lucrative or competitive in terms of how much does it cost to do a verification. We are very much lucrative from commercials point of view to our customers. That's another big differentiator. And since in every particular country we have access to multiple data sources, so through our unique proprietary, technology that we call it, smart orchestration, or you can call it smart data source orchestration. We are able to give the best possible coverage out there. And then I'm gonna go on the hook to say that, we are the most cost efficient and the highest, that and the platform that provides the highest coverage in the market.
I assume your cost effectiveness will only go up as you scale and have more and more clients. The more you use your platform, the more efficient it becomes. What what are the most common problems you're solving for your clients? I mean, I know we can simplify it and say identifying people and confirming transactions, but it has to be a little deeper than that.
Absolutely. And to what, as you can see, even today, fraud is growing at 60 to 65% year over year, right? And I know 200 and close to $275 billion are being spent to stop that fraud, yet it's still there. So, and fraud normally happens, in it, if you generalize it, like we can talk about it, like it not only happens when the customer is getting onboarded, it also happens when really you're trying to make a payment, right? So those are the two main, you can think about the two main areas where the fraud happens. It also happens in, kind of, they call it account ATOs or account takeover frauds, where you can come in and I can change certain information so the next set of payment goes to someone else. But what we are helping with our customer is in the entire digital life cycle. So from onboarding to doing a strong KYC or KYB in case of business entities, to verifying is this really their payments, and we go one step further. We also verify, is this your email address or is this your phone number? And to take that thing one step further, we are connected to global telco network providers, but we also do proof of possession, that when you get an one-time passcode, or when you use our technology, which is silent mobile auth, we can also verify you're holding the phone as well, and we've done that globally. One of the biggest assets that we have is that we're bringing all that under one umbrella, but we're solving each and every point solution problem that they have in a much more simplified way.
Yeah, we're frankly in a world where anybody without two-step verification is hanging in the wind, frankly, and it's funny what we now consider an inconvenience, that extra couple of seconds of being sent a text and entering a 6-digit code. I mean, it's still so much faster than it was back in the day, but people think it's an inconvenience, but it is invaluable in terms of confirming in that moment you are who you are and your funds are supposed to be going where they're supposed to be going. Yeah. Humans are funny with short memories and a high level of impatience, which is dangerous in your field, I assume.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you said the right thing, like there has to be a balance between, how much you want to provide a secure environment or how much friction you want to do, right? And we also live in a world of deep fakes, right? Today, as you must have heard, that's everywhere, including, our government officials are getting spooked up by the voice scams, or any other, social scams that are out there. Where we come in is that, we believe in the world of AI versus AI. The AI that has stronger data will win, and that's where we believe we can help most of the businesses win against the fraudsters.
It's ironic. Maybe 5-10 years ago, I was hesitant to have RFID chips in my cards because you hear about people scanning you as they walk by you and things like that. But the reality is, the only times I've ever had a problem is when I physically inserted a card into, let's say, a gas station terminal that had a very discrete skimmer or things like that. So it's frankly been much safer to do the RFIDs in the last few years. I know there are still nefarious people walking around subways with scanners and crazy things like that. So the RF-proof wallet industry has been thriving for the last few years. Tell me how you've been telling your story. What role has content played in the growth of KYXStart?
In the world that we live in, content is extremely important, right? That's the venue for anybody and everybody to get an insider look into your organization or get an insider look into your products. So we've been very diligent about, putting out the content out there on LinkedIn in terms of what really resonates. And been very judicious. You have to be also very judicious about people's time as far as what they're reading, and it absolutely has to make sense. And it's that's the kind of journey that we are at right now, where now really, now that we have some good customers and backing us, and we have momentum around our side. Now we are kind of getting onto the journey where we're going to get a little bit more involved in generating content, and then providing thought leadership and providing our learnings that we have, because now we have the proof points, and working with our end customers. We're going to come up with some of the white papers pretty soon, and that the market will see, and pretty interesting. So
Oh, hey, you're at the point where you have proof of concept and case studies, and those are invaluable for connecting the dots for people moving forward. Absolutely.
absolutely.
So look down the road a year from now. What are some things you'd like to be celebrating personally and professionally?
A year down the road, we would really like to redefine the trust framework of identity and payments, right? And that's what we are looking for, and that's what we would be very happy if we can see that, and we feel like we are on the verge of, we're really getting really close by the day. uh in terms of, I'm very proud of my team, what my team has achieved in such a short term. Without having a stronger team, it's just an idea. You need executioners in your team, and most of my team, including my co-founders and our head of product, and our, even our legal team, we all come from a founder's mindset. So, and that's very critical to me as you build innovative products out there, because if you see a problem, you want to solve it right then and there, and that's the phase that we are in. It's a very fast paced, world that we live in, and we have to be even faster, especially the problem pain point that we're trying to solve for. So but yeah, a year down the line, we'll be pretty excited. We should have some of the marquee customers out there live and transacting, and being able to really prove the point. But like I said, one of the main things that we want to celebrate is that have we achieved our mission that we were set out to, which is redefining the trust framework for global transactions.
Well, I repeat, I think the world has bated breath waiting for a better solution than current exists that you're describing, because we all, I think we all have a level of insecurity about our transactions online, and even when we swipe a card somewhere, the idea that it could be far more secure in the moment is a welcome change to everybody. Please tell us what your URL is, where people can find KYXStart, and what social media outlets you're using as well.
Our platform is on kyxstart.com or .ai.io. Pick whatever URL that you want. Yeah, and we are running a campaign around, anybody that's a startup or mid-size or even enterprise that wants to try our product. We are giving away the first 1,000 transactions on our own house, or or for free, like I should say. And we invite you to fill up a form. It's there on our website, which is kind of a self-service model. You just send us your details, and our technology team will get back to you with credentials, so you can start integrating ASAP and bring value back to your organization in a matter of moments. Yeah.
Excellent. And what social media outlets are you using?
Yeah. So we are using LinkedIn, and we are pretty active on X. So it's on LinkedIn, it's just KYXStart, KYXStart. That's, if you look for it, you'll find us. And on X, it's KYXStart_AI. So you can find us on both of those outlets.
Excellent. Ravi Bijlani, thank you for spending some time with us on Business Ninjas. All the best to you and yours. and continued success at KIXStart. You can ripple the pool in a rather substantive way if you succeed in this endeavor, and I appreciate what you do.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot for having me here and represent Kickstart. We're pretty excited. And we truly believe we have the right product market fit and we're solving the right pain points. So hopefully in a year when we connect back again, Andrew, we'll talk about much different things.
Excellent. Be well.